And what is going on? Welcome to the Life in Transitions Experts YouTube channel, Facebook group, and podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Rollins, owner and operator and facilitator of this space. I am also the operator of Life Insurance, well, as Estate Pro Service, where I'm helping folks through some of the biggest challenges and transitions in their life. The main thing we focus on here is helping people have a peace of mind, knowing that what they love is protected. And one of the things, if you follow me in this space, that you may found that I have added to my tool belt is helping folks with final expense life insurance. If you've seen or been on a part of my journey, you know that a good majority of my time has been spent in the real estate probate world. Probate. Probate is the act of, or it's when someone passes away and they have assets or debt in their name. There has to be a way to manage that. And the probate process is the way most states manage that. Excuse me, we're live. All right. That's my note to talk to you guys. And so it was my opportunity to be able to go and find folks who have distress because if I'm buying discounted properties, there has to be a reason. People don't just go and sell something like an asset, like a property at a discount unless there's a reason. Think pawn shops. People sell things at pawn shops knowing that they're going to sell it at a very discount for a reason. They have some problem they're trying to solve. And so people who are in the probate space may have found someone who's passed away who has that debt, or perhaps they have inheritance that they want to unlock, and the biggest asset is selling that house, that property. So I would come in, help folks figure that out, and offer to buy their property. It's still a resource or tool that many people need and it's very important. However, I kept feeling tired of being on the side where I was it's claiming and saying that I love being a part of this whole generation of building wealth and change the trajectory of people's lives. However, I was taking wealth, taking legacy from families. And again, not bad bashing probate and real estate investing, and because it's awesome, it's needed. However, I want to align where I could actually help people avoid probate. And so a lot of my work was helping people just avoid the probate process in general. And a great tool like life insurance is one of the best tools you can use to make sure you avoid the probate process, to make sure that you can do something like have mortgage protection so that the property it never has to leave the house. The last young lady I spoke to that really hit this home for me, I was speaking to a family, Johnson family, Wilson, North Carolina, two awesome properties full of history. These are properties that were built at the turn of the 19th century by African American women in Wilson, North Carolina. That is a huge feat, built by their own design, their own hands in a state and town, Wilson, North Carolina. And however, now you fast forward 120 years from now, their family is in position where they have to sell it because they don't have enough funds to take care of the debt that's in the estate's name. And so how better would it have been if I'd have met them a while before, if they would have come across tools like life insurance that would have allowed them to have that mortgage or that property secured and not have to take it out of the family's name. So I like being on this side where I'm helping people protect the things they love in different ways than just selling the property. So here are 10 steps that you need to think about when if you're considering a career of a life insurance agency. I'm going to get into even deeper or other content on my trajectory. But right now, we're talking about you in this step. So number one, understand the role. Know that life insurance is about it's love insurance. Understand that you are there as an agent. You're there. Well, it depends on if you're a captive agent, which means you're with one carrier and you're selling one product. Your role, your duties are to that carrier, or if you're a broker and you're more aligned with being with the client at any rate, you should still want to be shoulder to shoulder with your client, but know that what you do is an important service and understand that that role needs to be fulfilled by some people with high integrity. Number two, you need to make sure that you understand the pre-licensing requirements. Don't make the mistake I made. I was so excited about it. I didn't really know the difference between the different licensors and signed up for all of them. So I was medical license, and life insurance license side by side when actually I realized later that I just wanted to focus on life insurance, at least initially. So make sure you know the requirements in your state for pre-licensing. Is it in face? Is there a certain amount of hours? Or are there certain courses that are um, required or accepted by your state? Make sure you know that. Okay. Number three, make sure you complete the pre-licensing course. It's a really awesome tool. It'll help you learn the basics of insurance. Of course, everything is rubber meets road. So a lot of stuff that you're going to learn once you get out in the field. That's of course where true learning takes place, but you have to comply, right? All right. Number four, make sure you pass the licensing exam. Okay. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to to study the exam, understand how the exam is being scored, because that's super important. Being strategic about how you're taking the exam so that you can only you take it once, you know. What I did was I focused on the like the pre-licensing. I just kept taking the exam over and over and over. I just kept taking the exam that the pre-licensing course provided over and over. I mean, like 20 times, just so I could see what questions would normally come up, and I could know what's important to them, what they're looking for. All right. Number five, obtain your license. Now make sure you understand NPIR is the website most people are going to. NIPR, I should say, National Institute of Producers. Tearing that up. But anyways, I had to get on the phone and talk to them. They're awesome folks, very responsive. But I didn't realize that I was signed up for medical and life insurance, and so there was a delay in me getting my license because they were waiting for my medical exam when I because I signed up for both of them. So just make sure you sign up for the proper things you want to sign up for so that you won't have as many delays. But if you do, just get on the phone, get into communication. Folks are awesome. They'll straighten it out, help you straighten it out. All right, choose your specialization. I chose final expense. That's helping people make sure burial and all those things are taken care of because it related so well with probate and the people and the clients I was working with there. But there's so many places you go. You can sell index universal life insurance. That's more folks who are trying to to invest and generate income. There's annuities. There's so many places. There's whole life. There's that whole they have a trademark for it, but banking that can be on and on. I won't use the phrase because it is trademark, but it's a form of using your whole life policy where you can actually take out loans against your own policy and use that to hopefully invest in uh, assets, income generating vehicles that you can put back into whole life and all. There's so many vehicles, so many different ways to go. But I would recommend you choose one, riches or in the niches, you know. And especially when you're starting out. Number seven, you need to join an insurance agency or a brokerage. Now, we spoke about this earlier. An agency, there's pluses and minuses. If you're a captive agent, you're with one place. You're usually on a salary or a debit, or you're a W-2 employee. As a broker, you're more 1099 contractor with an IMO called an insurance marketing operations, IMO, insurance marketing operations, I suppose. Um, there may be a little more stability with a carrier that you're with, but there also may be caps and limits to how much you can grow and how fast you can grow. With this one, you eat what you kill, and so, but there's no cap on how much you grow. So, and you're not subject to just one carrier. So it really depends on what your level of comfort is. I chose an IMO because I wanted that freedom to be able to grow, and I had to choose one that actually provided training. There are a lot of folks out here just recruiting, throw you to the wind, give you a script, and say bye bye. But you need to make sure that you're lined up with an IMO or carrier that aligns with your needs. Do they have the training that you want? Do they have the culture that they want? Do they have the path to where you plan or hope to go? So it's all really up to you. Number eight, build your client base. All right. So there are awesome leads out there. One thing I like about this space is that a lot of the leads are coming in. You know, the senior market is growing and growing, and people are requesting either through direct mail or digital marketing, requesting information about what we have to offer. And so I really love that. So activity. And we have a warm market, you know, your top 25, top 100 people that you know, and be loud, you know. I would highly encourage that you can take advantage of any of these social media spaces. Choose at least one and just pump your information out there, and you can take that stuff that you chose and repurpose it to other places so that you're not, super busy creating content where you could but you still are putting information out by recording what you're doing and sharing with folks, and that can help you with your warm market and start getting these referrals in. And of course, continued education has to be some type of tool put in once a day, once a week, or regularly. Where you're driving, it depends if you're doing telesales or if you're driving. There has to be a way that you can continue to educate yourself so that you can grow and that you can share this growth with your clients and be more valuable. And last but not least, make sure that you're providing excellent customer service. They should have an agent for life. And again, this goes to the values that you have and the values that the company that you are aligning yourself with has. So make sure that you're doing that. This is all the reason why we're doing this. If you need support, or if you know somebody who wants a policy review, or maybe you're thinking about a change, feel free to reach out to me, contact me. I would love to chat with you. And yeah, this is the LITE Life and Transitions Experts YouTube channel, Facebook group, and podcast. And so we're just going to say LITE, let your light shine. Cheers.